So my freshly rebuilt engine is in its new home for the next God knows how long. And now it's time to rebuild my MT-07. I've done it before, like after the crash, but I've never had it in this many bits before. I guess technically the engine's bit number 1 on the assembly list, so that's ticked off. And then the frame should be the second bit. I kind of think I need the yokes in, because at some point I'm going to need it to stand on the actual front stand as well for balance, the more I put on it. So I think that's where I'm going to start. I've got to replace all the bearings, so I've got to repress in the cup. I've only got a cheap little shitty press, a little bit of alley tubing. We'll get that bottom bearing cup on. Easy peasy. I didn't use any grease here. I just forced it in dry. God, this ring a ding dings, doesn't it? Yeah, nice. Oh God, there is not a lot of room here. Nothing like fingering hole with loads of grease. Hold that a second. Right, I'll put the bearings in the right way as well. Always a good start. Although, I suppose as long as you notice before you screw the fucker together, it's probably not so bad. All of the seals that I use throughout this build will all be Yamaha OEM seals. Like, I didn't see that it's worth saving a little bit of money on something that could potentially, like, fuck up quicker. Like, a lot of the seals on my bike lasted tens of thousands of miles. Like, I rarely needed to change them. So I think you get your value for money out of them. It just sucks when you have to replace them all at the same time. I'm not sure how hard this is to do without your forks installed though, and it being down. I can get it nearly tight, so just so I can get the bike up on its stand.
it's not too bad. Actually, it's getting quite difficult. No. No, I never knew they existed until I took them off. I took the bike completely to bits before. I never noticed them 2 bits of plastic. I reckon it is these bigger ones. Russell. So these are getting replaced because the old ones are fucked. Right, so let's see if I can do this on my own. Oh, this frame's getting a bit friendly. Oh. You bastard.
I do really love on the MT-07 that it hasn't got a lower part of the frame. It's just literally a bit of metal frame that sits on top of the engine. I think that's wicked. I'm sure there's loads of other bikes that do it, but I haven't took loads of other bikes to bits. I guess when the bike's actually together, it's technically the engine's hanging from the frame, not the other way around. But it's still cool. So I'm actually replacing every single one of these engine bolts, like top and bottom. My bike's done 60,000 miles. It gets ridden all year round. Like no matter what the weather is, like I generally ride my bike. So my bolts, half of them are in a state. So anything important like engine bolts where they could get seized in at a later date, they're all getting replaced. And I'm just putting the tiniest amount of grease on this bolt, like not even greasing it. So this little anodised red sleeve I'm putting in the frame at the minute is just part of my engine case protection, which I'm not going to put on yet because, well, I'm going to need full access to the throttle bodies and where the plenum's going to sit. So I want everything out the way as possible. They can all go on at the end. But the protection bolts into this sleeve, so I want to get it in at the beginning.
So we need the watermelon. It is zinc plating on these is like, compared to what they were, I don't even think they look this nice when I got the bike brand new.
Alright, cool. I think that's a good place to leave it, as the next step is getting the plenum in, and it's upstairs drying at the minute. I've left the bolts loose because it's a pain in the ass getting the throttle bodies and the plenum on. We need the wiggle room to do it. But the frame and the engine are pretty secure. They're not going anywhere. It should be fine to leave it like this. So this will be the start of another little series of getting this fucking thing back together. Anyway, that's enough of me taking up your precious time. Hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy. I'll catch you in a bit.